Hello, you gorgeous lot. I am here. If you can see me joining in my hat. Basically, I didn't do my hair after I went swimming. Washed it, but anyway. Thank you for joining me again. Hopefully another short episode today about collecting moments. I think the buzzword is glimmers. Maybe I've made that up. But anyway, about collecting moments. And it's just a big one for me, I would say, because I feel like the more you're grateful for the little things, the more those big things that you aspire to have, aspire to get, aspire to do, sort of you draw them in. Again, I'm careful not to sound too woo-woo because I know lots of people, aren't into, that kind of thing, manifestation and about your energy and stuff like that. So yeah, but it affects your mood and your energy, if you like we discussed last week, but it affects your mood, your gratitude for the smaller things. So yeah, it was a bit about sort of going through those smaller things and examples of those so you can understand how that connects to your mood, if that makes sense. It's been a long old day. So I'm just reading my notes here. So about how, if you don't appreciate the small things, don't expect the bigger things that you want to come into your life, because you're just not going to be on that level. They're just not. As we touched on a bit last week. So I shared a post before Christmas and I just wanted to read a few things out. So just the things that we take for granted. Oh my goodness, if you could just understand how important these small things are, it will change your day. And don't forget, those little things you do every day make the bigger picture. That's what I always tell my kids. It's what you do, not what you do sometimes, it's what you do often. So things like that first, if you're a coffee drinker, I've been a coffee drinker since our second child. If you've got a second child, you'll know what I mean. That first sip of your morning coffee, oh my gosh, do you ever just take a sip of that and think, oh, this is heaven? When you have your sip, if you're drinking in the morning, it might be tea, other drinks are available, like I always say with things. Just think of the nut that you listen to on the podcast saying, just drink that sip of coffee and really think how delicious it tastes, because it really does, that first sip of caffeine in the morning. I know lots of people cut caffeine out and don't believe it's very good, and there's fors and against, but you're not taking that morning coffee from me. Comfy, cozy slippers, a hot shower or bath. Even after a long day, running a bubble bath or getting a hot shower. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, and apparently from a young child, I was obsessed with being in warm water, and it's inevitable that I wanted to have a water births and all that as well. That's another story. But I would it makes me feel calm. Water makes me feel calm. Does anyone else feel like that? So at the end of a long day, I literally dream of laying in the bath, in a bubble bath, or having that really hot shower. I don't know if it's a woman thing, but that hot shower, I mean, my husband's Mark is like, how do you not burn alive in this water? But that just, I don't know if it's good or bad for you, whatever, makes me feel good. So that feeling. What other ones we got? Texting a friend when it comes in your head. A friend will pop in your head and you think, I haven't spoken to him for ages. Do you know how far it goes just to send a message saying, we've not spoke for ages, but I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. I often think about you, or such and such reminded of you, rather than just sending them a funny meme or something like that. Although that, does keep in contact and whatever you can do. I don't know, just hearing back, that raises my vibration. I'm reading a list. This is why, because this is a post that I did. It's not taken from anywhere. It's a post I did before Christmas. Laying down with a blanket and reading a book if you like to read, or listening to something, getting cozy with your blanket, sticking your feet up, making time. And people say, I haven't got time to that. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Everyone does. We can make time for things if they're a priority. a home cooked meal. I don't care what anyone says. If you're eating crap all the time, you're going to feel like crap. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm some angel, but if I eat crap more than a day or two in a row, that's exactly how I feel. There's a lot to be said by just cooking. Even just the action of standing cooking with some music on maybe in the background and making a nice meal for the family or yourself. Something delicious, nutritious. That, I don't know, even that feeling, am I mad? That makes me feel good. It's a bit like that feeling, me and my friend Laura, we always say, I feel rich if I've got food in. Do you know what I mean? If you open your fridge or your cupboards and you've got food in your freezer and you've got food in, it's like that feeling of rich. It must be like a caveman instinct. No, it's not, because they didn't have freezers. Anyway, you get where I'm coming from. Having a warm home, you know, moving your body. Again, people are going to knock me down for this, aren't they? I know they will, but you know, don't listen to my podcast, that's fine. I believe a lot of mental health, right, or a lot of the way you feel can be not cured, but changed, influenced by moving your body. If, I don't know, I'm not very good for laying in, but you know, if by chance we do get to lay in, I'm all right to drink a cuppa in bed or something like that. If I lay in too long, it makes me feel crap. If I let the kids, like on a weekend, because they're not really allowed to play video games during the week, but if I let them, like, I don't know, Saturday morning, we don't have to be out early, and they're playing video games in the room or whatever, and if they've been on them too long, their mood is affected. But it's the same with adults. If you're just lolling around watching Netflix for hours and hours and hours, you're going to feel crap. You really are going to feel crap. That's what your days look like. You know, I've got a walking mat, I've said before, to help. Just going out for a walk, moving your body. Open a window, you know, if the weather's permitting. Play some music, dance around your kitchen. It does wonders, I swear. And I'm not saying it will cure anything, but my gosh, if you're not doing that to help your mood, if you're feeling down, then you really, really are missing a trick, because I really think it really helps. Booking a trip or a holiday. You know, if you don't have the money now, that's fine. Book a trip for next year, you know. Budget it. Book a trip or book a day trip. Book something that you've wanted to do. Having things to look forward to. What's the point? If you're just surviving, what's the point? You need things to look forward to all the time. They don't have to be massive, expensive things, but you need things to look forward to. You know, I've got another one down here. It says like meeting a friend and stuff. I think I might have mentioned in another podcast or on something. And I made a point of it in January, trying to make plans with friends for the year and getting them in the diary. I'm not saying about coffee dates, although I've been quite good with that. Because what I've noticed is, if I don't get it in the diary, it won't happen. Because it's like, do you want to meet on, you know, 21st of who the fuck knows? Do you know what I mean? Because everybody's busy. So nail it down, say to your friends, you know, people that are good for you. I'm not talking about people that make you feel good to be around. Say to them, look, if we don't put something in the diary, it won't happen, and you're important to me, so let's get a date in, even if it's in 2 months' time, you know, or whatever. A cuddle. Is it a 20-second cuddle? Having a hug lifts your mood, makes you feel great. These are all things, if you can get these little things and really start to appreciate them, they lift you, they change your life. They really are life-changing if you just be in the moment. Deep conversations, smiling at strangers. Somebody, he might listen to this, I don't know, but I was at a gym a couple of weeks ago, like in the steam room, and a guy said to me in there, I listened to your podcast. I think it was my first one when I was interviewed on Work It Weirdo. And then he started following me, or I don't know whether it was the other way around, and he saw this post and he said to me, smiling at strangers. And I'd met him before and had a good chat with him, and then I saw him in there, but it's just the way he said to me, smile at strangers. And I said, huh? And he said, I follow you and I've listened to your podcast. I don't know, it felt like I was a famous person. I follow you and I've listened to your podcast, and I don't know, yeah. And I got chatting to him because I smile at strangers, because I just do. You know, some of them shun you back, but 9 times out of 10 you make someone smile back. It makes their day and it makes you feel better. It really does. Having a bounce in your step or whatever. Do you know, it's quite funny if they're miserable and don't smile back because you think, sod you then. And it just, I find it quite entertaining. So smiling at strangers, a good moisturiser. So after you've had that bubble bath or you shower, go get yourself a good moisturiser that smells bloody lush. A really good moisturiser because you're bloody worth it. You really are worth it. That makes you feel nice. Listening to your favourite music. Sit in your car if you've got time to listen to the end of that track. Like, just do it. Listen to your music just at every opportunity. You know, podcasts are great, but your music to change your mood as well, your vibration. You know it. We all know it really, don't we? You know, I've got people that listen to certain songs if they're going for interviews, or I know people like that in certain situations. You can change your mood with what you listen to, and you know the type of music, in like what you listen to, when you listen to it for, you know, different situations. It's just like so grateful that we can just, you know, collect all of these moments, you know, and that's what it was about, you know, collecting moments, really appreciating all this stuff, and they're all things that are going to lift your mood. Because the basic, having your coffee in the morning, it's just my coffee in the morning, but thinking, oh, this coffee is delish. Or, oh, this bath is amazing. Like, I'm so grateful for this nice hot bubble bath. Just love it, with my favourite smellies, my good moisturiser. And then I might snuggle with a book or make myself a nice cup of tea or whatever. And they're just basic things, but man alive, aren't we lucky? Like, what a world we live in, to be born, you know, and have all these simple, lush things and collecting these moments. You know, these are just the simple things. I've said about catching up with an old friend. These things literally change your vibe. Walking the dog. Yeah. Walk the dog in the rain if you want. Go and bloody dance in the rain. What's that saying? Dance like nobody's watching. Whatever. Collecting all of these luscious little moments that don't seem lush. It's a bit like, I'll tell you this, you know when you have a cold and your nose is blocked and you're like, oh, I really wish that I appreciated mine when I could breathe through my nose. I really need to appreciate that more. Or say you twist your ankle or break your toe, I've done that before. I really wish that I appreciated more when I could walk properly on this. Or my husband's hurt his shoulder, you know, just thinking of examples like that. But why don't we just appreciate those things now? Why don't we just, you know, collecting moments are big things as well, holidays, moments, the kids playing. Sometimes our youngest, he can be hard work, but I sometimes watch him talking. But anyway, and I look at his little face and his little freckles and his little innocent face, and I watch him, I think, even now it makes me feel emotional. I'm so bloody lucky to be your mum. Like, and that's me collecting moments as well, just watching talk. I don't know. I told our eldest some good news the other day, and it's quite exciting, and I'll share it soon. And just watching his face change, those little moments, or just having someone to talk to about your day, having a car if you've got a car, or a bike, or feet. You know, being able to walk, not go around in a wheelchair. Or if you've got a wheelchair, thinking, I'm so lucky that I've got a wheelchair so I can get around. And it is the way you think about everything. You know, something happens in your life, and yeah, we've spoke before about choosing how you react. And yeah, collect those little moments, really feel those moments, really just, you know, laugh about it. Think of me going on at you about your coffee or the bubble bath or whatever. And you start collecting those little moments and appreciating those little moments, and the bigger things will come to you. You watch, as soon as you start being grateful for what you have, It's like the universe, sorry, a bit woo-woo. The universe goes, have some more. I've got some better stuff for you. Here, have some more of this and have some more of that. If you don't appreciate it and you complain all the time, that's exactly the type of vibe you're giving out, and that's exactly what you're going to get back. So collect those moments. As soon as you listen to this, just really think about it. And you don't have to. And I'm not a professional. And I'm just some woman in your phone or wherever you're listening to me. But like I said, see me as a friend in the phone. And everyone needs friends that talk sense into them, don't they? And maybe you do this already. And if you do, then that's amazing. Tell a friend, share the love. Thank you so much for listening, and take care. And what day is it today? Thursday. So hopefully I can share this evening. Have a fantastic weekend. I really think spring is upon us, but I might actually I might retract that. Let's see how we go. Sending so much love, and thank you so much for being in my world. I really do appreciate you. Take care.